Are Mind Twist and Living Death actually back in Standard thanks to Superior Spider-Man of all things? Let's find out. Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Much Abrew About Nothing. And this week, we have a sweet one. We are playing a deck built around a card that I greatly underestimated during spoiler season, and that card is Superior Spider-Man, or for our purposes, Caballero Mindbitten. So, Superior Spider-Man, or Caballero, which since we're playing an arena, we're just going to go with Caballero, I think, for the rest of the video, because that's what you're going to see when we get to the gameplay. But it's a 4-mana Demir 4/4 that says you may have it enter as a copy of any creature in a graveyard, so you can even hit your opponent's graveyards, except its name is Caballero, and it's a 4/4 Spider-Human hero in addition to its other types. When you do, you exile that card. So when Caballero was first spoiled, or Superior Spider-Man was first spoiled, my first thought was, okay, it's like a body double, but the main purpose of body double is to be a combo piece, and because you gotta exile the card that it copies, I don't see how you're really combo with this, but I overlooked something about Caballero, which is this card is absolutely absurd with creatures that have when I enter, I do something. If I cast it, triggers. But more on that in a minute. So what are we doing with this deck? So first, we're filling the graveyard. Plan A of this deck is just dump cards into our graveyard as quickly as possible. For this, we have Collector's Vault, which lets us loot Emmett Sulk, loots, Kiora, double loots, Overlord of the Hot Flood Pits, double loots, Overlord of the Bailmerk, mills a bunch of cards, lets us maybe get a Caballero back from our graveyard to our hand. So why are we filling our graveyard so aggressively? And the answer is, we have two creatures that we really want to copy with Caballero. And they do very different things, but both are super powerful. So, number one, Bringer the Last Gifts. Bringer the Last Gifts is a 8-mana 6/6 flyer that says, when it enters, if you cast it, each player sacks all their creatures and then returns all the creatures that were in the graveyard to the battlefield. It's a living death on a body. So, Bringer the Last Gifts is a really powerful card, but it's 8 mana, and because it has a if you cast it restriction, it doesn't really work with traditional reanimation. If you zombify it or something, you don't get its trigger. The same with Meocean of Night's Reach. Meocean of Night's Reach, a hilarious old card that has never been good, but might be good now. It's a 8-mana 5/2 spirit that when it enters, if you played it from your hand, it enters with a divinity counter. If it has a divinity counter, it's indestructible, and then you can remove the divinity counter to make each opponent discard their hand. So this is another card that's too expensive to really play fairly, and you can't really reanimate it because you don't get the divinity counter, but that's the power of Caballero. Caballero, it's essentially Zombify, but it's a Zombify where you give up some of the stats on the creature because it's going to be a 4/4, but you get the upside of getting their cast trigger. So how this works in practice, let's say we get a Meocean of Night's Reach in the graveyard. We can Caballero copy it, we get the divinity counter, we can wait till our opponent's draw step when they draw their card, remove the counter, our opponent discards their entire hand, maybe as early as turn 4. Bringer the Last Gifts, probably even more busted. So Bringer the Last Gifts, if we copy it with Caballero, we get a 4/4 Caballero Bringer the Last Gifts. We're also gonna oddly get the original Bringer the Last Gifts as a reanimation target. So normally Caballero, it exiles the card that you copy with it, but because you have to resolve the entire ability of Caballero top down, we actually get to reanimate the Bringer that would have been exiled before it gets exiled. So we end up getting a 4/4 Caballero Bringer and a 6/6 Bringer the Last Gifts, plus we get everything else in our graveyard, which is all the stuff we've been using to fill our graveyard, the Overlords, the Kioras, the Emmett Sulks, and all that stuff. So we just build this unbeatably big board and win the game. So that's the goal of the deck. Stock our graveyard with Bringers, Meogens, Caballero to copy them, Mind Twist away your hand, Wrath away your board, build this massive board of creatures to win the game. The other important piece of this puzzle is Lively Dirge. So Lively Dirge, it's basically our Entomb. So it's 2 mana plus 1 to Entomb. Search our library for a card, put it in our graveyard, or we can pay 2 more mana to reanimate up to 2 target creatures with total mana value 4 or greater. So Lively Dirge, simplest use for this card, we just cast it for 3 mana to Entomb the Bringer, to Entomb the Meogen. We can do it on turn 3, turn 4, we Caballero, we copy our powerful cast trigger thing, win the game that way. We can also use it to reanimate something like Caballero, although it's not as good because if we reanimate it, we don't get its cast trigger, but we can still get like a big body on the battlefield, or we can reanimate like an Emmett Sulk or Kiora or something. But that's the plan with Lively Dirge. As far as the rest of the deck, a bunch of removal to stay alive, mana base, pretty straightforward Demir stuff, and that is our Caballero Superior Spider-Man deck for Standard. And that's our Much Abrew deck for today. So let's jump into some games and see just how ridiculous Superior Spider-Man / Caviero can actually be. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap-up. Need some magic cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. Want to help out the channel? Well, you can snag these super sweet new dice, playmats, tokens, and more over at mtggoldfishmerch.com. Much Abrew About Nothing time. We are playing some Caviero in our new standard format, probably better known as Superior Spider-Man. Opponent leads on a tap land, eh? Well, we will match your Undercity source with one of our own, and yeah, I think we milled a land. So this deck, I think that Caviero's actually kind of busted, and I just didn't realize how good it is. You will see. Oh, Goban, eh? Get flamed. All right, let's play a swamp and get down the Overlord. So step one of this deck, fill the graveyard. We need some big... Ooh, there's a Bringer. Okay. Well, Bringer is probably our best synergy with Caviero. Bringer and Miosian are the two big payoffs. The power of Superior Spider-Man. We're going to grab the Kiora. The power of Superior Spider-Man is it's a Zombify that gives you less stats usually, but it gives you the if cast trigger of your reanimation target, which can do some kind of busted things. Opponent gets in, hits us, connives, discards another Fleam. You can't discard Fleam, opponent. That's blasphemy. Opponent, Emmett Selk. Gonna do a little bit of looting. Opponent also trying to fill the graveyard, presumably for like Mayhemy Fleam type shenanigans. Well, we are about 2 turns away from doing the busted thing. And it should be pretty good. So we get one more turn of graveyard filling here. We're not under enough pressure to really matter. Let's just play the Kiora. Do a little double looting. Another Bringer, right? Pitch the Bringer, and I guess an Overlord. Yeah, next turn should be decent. We will see the power of Caviero. If they realize what's going on, they should try to discard creatures to their Gobin there and their Emmett Selk. Because when we Living Death with Bringer, they get their stuff back from the graveyard too. Ugh, opponent pitches the land. Okay, I don't know if our opponent sees where we're going with this. Hits us down to 15. Well, yes, connive away, Gobin. Connive away. Opponent going to discard a creature. Do we figure it out? Maybe they just don't have creatures. That's also possible. Another land. All right, well, maybe our opponent has a counter. If our opponent does not have a counter, you're going to see a pretty good turn 4. Oh, reasonable. Reasonable. Fear of missing out. They did have creatures. Discard a creature. Please, opponent. Please. Maybe it just doesn't matter, because even if they discard creatures, they're just not going to be as good as our creatures. Oh, you can do it. You can do it. Creature. Creature. Oh, another 3. 3 of the Mayhem lands. Okay. Well, I get to play 1, which is pretty good from the graveyard. Well, speaking of from the graveyard, and pretty good, how about checking this out? So what we're going to do, we're going to play an island. I think we actually attack with the Kiora. This does give our opponent the possibility of blocking with the fear of missing out to get a creature in the graveyard. I think they hopefully just block with Emmett Selk, and then that's another creature in the graveyard. See if our opponent susses. Nope, they did not figure out exactly what our plan is. Well, okay, this is going to be... I imagine the game ends here, actually. Well, let's Caviero. We are going to copy a Bringer of the Last Gifts. We get the cast trigger because we cast Caviero. We wrath your board, we get back all of our creatures. Now we get to do some more looting. Suddenly, we have a, 20-ish flying power or so forth. Opponent, they did get back a Gobin. I forgot, they did get back a Gobin. We will discard some random lands. Doesn't really matter. We will unimpen, and you're a go, Fleam. Oh my god, so good. It's so good. I did not take into consideration, when I saw Caviera, I was like, it's like a body double, but you can't combo with it, really, because you got to exile the card. I didn't really connect how busted it would be with certain, if you cast it when it enters triggers, like Bringer, which, as you're seeing here, this is turn 4. This is turn 4. I don't know if it lines up with the Agatha Soul Cauldron meta, because Cauldron can exile our graveyard, but in November, you better look out for Superior Spider-Man. It is Caviero time. Oh my god, there's Miosian. That's our other big payoff. It's Bringer and Miosian. Oh man. That's probably the best part. It kind of brings Mind Twist back to standard. If we can Caviero Miosian, we can remove the counter and just make our opponent discard discard their entire hand. Discard it all. I mean, we don't have the Caviero yet, but we do have Collector's Vault and Kiori to do looting, and we got the Miosian, so we're drawing live to hitting Caviero and just absolutely ruining our opponent's day. So the problem I see is I don't think it lines up with the Soul Cauldron meta. My guess is that this deck could be good in Best of One right away, because people don't play the Cauldron stuff, and I think Superior Spider-Man or Caviero, it could be a legit card. Could be a legit card come November once we finally get the bannings, unless Wizards, you want to speed it up a little. Would not complain. Found it. Tap land. Well, let's play a Schwamp. Get down the Collector's Vault. Pass the turd. Come on, Caviero. Found it. Land and... What are we doing? Spider stuff? Oh my god, that's... Okay, well... Oh, this is going to be so brutal. Pay no mind, opponent. Don't worry. Don't worry. Play your game. It's fine. Opponent plays land and... You gotta do something big this turd. You gotta... You better play some cards because they are all gonna be gone. They're probably worried about a counter spell, but they should not be worried about it. It's much, much worse than that. Opponent. Modified Spider-Man thing, sure. Well, Collector's Vault. We're gonna do a little looting. We're gonna discard this Miosian. We're gonna make a treasure. We're gonna untap. And let's play the land. Untap. Yeah, put it on blue, I guess. Doesn't really matter. And Caviero on Miosian of Knight's Reach. And we could wait to the draw step. I think we just probably get the concession, though. Discard it all. Mind Twist. Mind Twist in standard. Turn 4. What a beautiful hand. It would be a shame if it was all in the graveyard. Happy early access today to you, opponent. Oh, getting in there. Getting in there. Well, I mean, we're going to block. We might as well. You have no cards. I don't know how you come back from this. And now we can just... Overlord back the Caviero and do it again once we get something in the go. Opponent found another one. All right, opponent's fighting the good... Oh my god, that's a bringer too. Opponent's fighting the good fight. They're fighting the good fight. I think we just play this Overlord. Play the Overlord. See, we should have just waited to the draw step and made him discard that too. That would have been technically correct. It's just so exciting to make him discard their hand. Pass the turn. It's just going to keep happening. It's just opponent passes. All right. Go to combat. Get in. Edge ya. Do a little milling. Ooh, there's another bringer and another Caviero. Okay, let's see if our opponent realizes what this means for their prospects here. Let's just play Kiora. I think we wait one more turn. One more turn of graveyard and opponent. Turns out, hard to win a game of Magic if you ain't got no hand. Caviero slash Superior Spider-Man. And this hand seems fine. We do need one more land. Yeah, we're gonna mill Bitter Triumph. We wouldn't mind the removal, but we need one more land to get to our 3 drops. Ugh, shoot the Sheriff. Okay, well, we're gonna get removal whether we like it or not. Once we get a land for Kiora, we should be in business. All right, that works. Multiversal Passage, we will take it. Land on blue. And Kiora number 1. Caviero. No. 2 lands is fine, though. We'll discard a Miosian and I guess the... Well... Can we discard Tragic Terror? Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's discard a land. That's fine. That's fine. We're going to hold on to the second Kiora, even though it's legendary, just because we want to loot as much as possible. We're fine. We're fine with legend ruling our own Kiora if it means digging for Caviero. Opponent. Oh, that's annoying. All right. The Gwen Stacy enchantment arena version. Well, the problem with that is it's going to exile our graveyard in 2 turns. So that means... we either stop doing things for now, or we try to do something before it goes off. I think we're gonna... All right, pitch the bringer. Pitch the bringer, pitch the tragic terror. Tragic trajectory. Yeah, we're not gonna discard. Opponent discards an Ardent. Oh, they're reanimated. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So we can Lively Dirge, get Caviero, but we don't get a cast trigger doing it this way. We can still get like a 4/4 flyer or something, but we're gonna lose our graveyard. So I feel like we got to do something because we know they're gonna nuke our graveyard next turn. Yeah, this is not exciting, but all right. I mean, 5 mana, tutor for Caviero, put it into play. Sadly, the problem is we don't get to cast it. We don't get to cast it, which makes it much less exciting. The real power of Lively Dirge is we can use it like an expensive Entomb to get like the bringer or the Miosian on the graveyard. Now let's get Caviero. Actually, oh, we can copy the Arden. On second thought, that actually That actually seems better than getting our graveyard. Yeah, let's take the Arden. This is actually kind of insane. And it exiles the Arden, so it's like weird graveyard hate too. Okay, that was actually way better than I was thinking. And then we'll get, man, if it wasn't for the graveyard hate, we'd get the Kiora. I guess we can still get it, and like, we are still going to lose our graveyard, but we've built a pretty impressive board here. We get a 5/5 Kiora. We get to do some more looting. I mean, hopefully, ugh, 2 lands. Well, at least we get the lands out of the way. Hopefully, we have the Overlord in hand, so we should be able to get things set back up, even after getting our graveyard nuked. Plus, now we have a, now we have an 8/8 Octopus and an Arden and a 5. That was a good turn. Man, Caviero's kind of busted, actually. And we got the Arden out of our opponent's graveyard, so they don't have a reanimation target. All right, opponent. What are we doing, opponent? Opponent needs a Wrath, really. Oh, all right. Well, I wasn't serious about it. Villainous Wrath. Okay, there goes our board. Well, good news is we got an Overlord. Do a little milling. Get back a Caviero. Always a Caviero. And, yeah, play the land. Ooh. Actually, you know what? Maybe we just hardcast that. We're so close to hardcasting it. My first impulse was just put it in the graveyard and Caviero it, but if we get one more land, we just hardcast it, and then we can Caviero something else. Plus, this kind of, as we saw with the Arden, gives us, in a weird way, some... Oh my god, that's a Zatalpa. Okay, that's what our opponent's doing. Reanimates it with Anti-Venom. Zatalpa in specific is a problem, because we can't kill it with Shoot the Sheriff. We need a bringer. We need a bringer. That is the solution, is a bringer. Yeah, I think we kill the Anti-Venom. And then we can play the Caviero, copy the Anti-Venom, reanimate an Overlord, dig for a land. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. So we get the cast trigger, we get to reanimate, we get back an Overlord. We get to draw some cards, we discard some cards. Meosians for days. And then... do we? Yeah, I mean, we're never going to get rid of this Zatalpa, so this is a chump attack, but I think it's worth getting the trigger. Well, there's a bringer. I guess we just get it to hand. We're back to being 1 land away from just doing it, from just hard casting it. So we lose our Overlord friend. This game's going to be interesting. The Zatalpa is annoying to deal with. It is uniquely annoying. So we got to find a Caviero. Gotta find a Caviero, or a land, basically. A land is the easiest. We just land and wrath everything. I think we actually just block here. Soak up a bit of damage. Drop to 12. We are on a clock. We do need to do this relatively quickly. And they have those creature lands we gotta keep in mind. Bitter Triumph. Normally so good, but not at the moment. Well, all right. Overlord. See if we can find this land for next turn. This is sketch. If it wasn't for the creature lands, I'd feel kind of okay. But all right, let's draw a couple cards. I guess we just pitched the Meosian. We're gonna need the Bitter Triumph to kill a creature land eventually. So let's discard Meosian. Play the land tapped. I mean, so next turn we do get to do the thing. Is it enough? We're gonna find out. We could attack. I mean, they're just gonna block. It gets bigger, but then we lose. We're going to lose it next turn anyway. See what our opponent does. So we can chump and take a little... soak up a little of the Zatalpa damage. I mean, they know we have the bringer, so they know what's happening. Gets in with Zatalpa. Well, we will block. But now we get to do the thing. We get to do the bringer thing. Is it enough? Is it enough to pull us out of this? Hopefully. Our opponent's graveyard is not super threatening. It's 7, we don't just die to the creature land drain. All right, untap. Well, there's another land. Not what we drew up. We want to be Cavieroing this, but bring her the last gifts. We're going to get a pretty impressive board here. So opponent loses a Talpa, they get a split skin down. We get back 4 Overlords and a Meosian, and we have the bringer now. So opponent gets to loot. The problem is they can just get back Zatalpa, and we still... if they reanimate Zatalpa, we still don't have a good answer for Zatalpa. Well, we do get to draw. Are we going to mill out? Maybe we mill out. Let's discard a land. Draw 2. Discard a Meosian. Draw 2. Discard a land. Overlord. All right, there's a Caviero. And play the land past the turn. You know the other problem here, huh? If our opponent has another Villainous Wrath, that puts us to 1. And then we can't just, oh no, we're gonna lose a Villainous Wrath. We drop to 1, opponent plays a catcher move, so we draw land. I mean, we can just bring her again, but now our opponent's gonna get back to Zatulpa. And because we're at 1, we can't let them attack with a creature land or we die. So we have to do this, and we have to leave up a removal spell for the creature land, because the creature land, even if it doesn't get through, it drains us for 2. We could just take the Zatulpa. Take the Zatulpa, kill the creature land. Man, we get such a big board, though. I feel like maybe we can just block our way through the Zatulpa, and this gets rid of the Ketramos, which is annoying. All right, I think we... so we get Zatulpa 2 split skins. I think we just do it. I think we just do the thing. I think we do what we came here to do. It's so good. Yeah, get the bringer. Also worth mentioning, so Caballero, it exiles a thing that you copy, right? However, it's really good with bringer because you have to resolve the entire ability. So you get the bringer on the battlefield before you exile the thing from the graveyard. So even if you just reanimate a bringer, you end up with a 4/4 flyer and a 6/6 flyer, which is kind of still pretty good. Well, let's see how this works. We get a bunch of triggers. We get to discard a bunch of lands. We are running kind of very low on cards. We might be milling out. Normally, it does not take this many bringers to win the game. Well, I guess we take a Meosion. So if we Caballero, we can play the land. Caballero again. We do have a Zatulpa now, which we can use to block, which helps against our opponent's Zatulpa. Can we win next turn? The problem is the blue overlords. I don't even know if we can attack. A lot of our stuff triggers to draw cards when we attack, and that's actually a problem at the moment. But opponent's only at 15. Wow, that's ended up being a ridiculously close, interesting game. Opponent fires up the Restless Fortress. All right, gonna go for the kill. Okay, when will they go to combat? Bitter Triumph. Kill the fortress. Pitch a land. They're not even blue. What do they have? Final Showdown Indestructible. All right, that gets us. Huh. Well, I did not have losing to Indestructible from Final Showdown on my bingo card. Caballero time. We're doing ridiculous things with Spectacular Spider-Man, probably better known as Caballero. The world where every card has 2 names. It gets... The more I play with it, the more absurd it gets. It blows my mind. It still blows my mind. It really does. I wish I could have been a fly on the wall in the meeting where Wizards decided to do this, because Wizards they're not dumb. They're not dumb. All right, opponent, Peter Parker or whatever it is on Arena, gonna make a spider token. Wizards is not dumb. They had to know that there was gonna be a lot of clunkiness. I just wish I could know how the conversations went and how they ended up going for it. Well, let's play Kior, do some looting. Lively Dirge, Caballero. Well, what are we discarding here? We have double Lively Dirge. Let's discard a tragic, we can discard a Caballero and maybe the Tragic Trajectory. Maybe a Dirge. Let's go down to Dirge. Pass the turn. Opponent land. I'm gonna get in with the spider. We probably are going to Tragic Trajectory the Peter Parker or whatever it is. It is kind of good if it flips. Opponent. Cosmic Grand Zenith. Interesting. So we don't have anything super great to Caballero yet. So we could like Impend Overlord, Tragic Trajectory the Peter Parker, discard the Meosion for next turn. That seems reasonable. Reasonable. Let's do a little digging. Now, Shoot the Sheriff's good. We can't cast it this turn. We definitely want to pitch Meosion. And then, yeah, I mean, just kill the Peter Parker. Unfortunate to let Cosmic Grand Zenith live, but such is life. So next turn we can Wrath the Hand. Ugh, Overlord. Opponent hits us down to 18. Well, we might, now I don't, another Meosion. Caballero the Overlord is still pretty good. Like, one of the ways to get around Cosmic Grand Zenith is, if our opponent doesn't have any cards in hand, it's gonna be hard to cast 2 spells in a turn. Get him. Get him. All right, opponent, empty-handed. Oh, I'm so... You know what? That is a punt. That is a punt. That is a punt. That is a punt. We could have, should have, would have made our opponent discard that. Every time I get so excited when I get a Meosian that my impulse is just to Meosian right away and make our opponent discard their hand. The correct way to do it, though, is to show restraint, delay gratification, and do it on the draw stuff. I promise I'm going to start doing that. I know, I get too hyped. Just the ability to mind twist your opponent's hand in standard is so sweet that, that it's so hard to pass up. It's so hard to pass up. What do we do now, though? We can shoot the sheriff something, which I kind of feel like, man, is it Cosmic Grand? We know they have 2 spells. They can do the Fairy Bounce shenanigans. Let's get in. We actually kind of want this to die. Opponent does not oblige. Now let's Lively Dirge. Lively Dirge. Reanimate. Get back Caviero. Copy the Overlord. Do some digging. Okay, there's a bringer. There's 2 bringers. Let's just take Kiora. We're still 2 mana away from hard casting a bringer. Okay, that's not bad. And now we'll kill the Cosmic Grand Zenith. Okay. Okay, we're kind of stable. We're kind of stable. We're 1 Caviero away now from really closing it out. Now that we got the bringer in the graveyard, I'm pretty sure 1 more Caviero does it. Bringer's just so good. It's so good with Caviero. About it. Oh, Peter Parker's camera, eh? Sure. And Duskgrow's Reliquary. Oh, and then copy it. Look at those synergies. Look at those synergies. Yeah, Phenomena Recorder. Gonna get rid of both creatures. All right, and we're taking 6. Caviero soon, please. Well, there's a land. Let's play the Kiora. Do a little looting. Land in Overlord. So we're definitely discarding the ocean. Actually, maybe we keep Restless Reef because we can play a tap land this turn anyway. Yeah, discard the swamp. So what we can do is play the land, pass the turn, unimpend. We get our Dork. There's an argument for impending the Overlord there, and we can get back a bringer. And then if we top deck an untap land, we can bringer. A 5/5 is pretty good though against Bright Glass. Like, we can also just wait another turn, actually full price Overlord. We're so late in the game that if we impend Overlord now, I think the odds of it ever turning into a real creature are pretty low. So there is kind of an incentive to wait. All right, opponent, Nurturing Pixie. What do we pick up? The Bright Glass would be juicy if our opponent had 1 more mana, but picking up now seems a little awkward. I guess you can pick up the camera. Pick up the Overlord for next turn. Yeah, if our opponent had 1 more mana, this turn would be way scarier for us. Opponent. All right, I'm gonna pick up the Phenomena Recorder. Replay it. Sure. We really need to bring her soon because this Overlord's coming off in pen for our opponent too. Once that starts making tokens, opponent. We could jump with Kiora, but I kind of want to make the Octopus. All right, we're gonna take it. We're gonna take it down to 4. Opponent. Overlord of the Mistmoors. About to turn into a real boy or real moth monster. Oh, we did draw the land. That means it would have worked. It would have worked if we impended last turn. I still think it was right to wait. Let's get it with both. Let's get it with both. See what we see. Megan Octopus. Oh my golly gee. Okay, that's a bringer, and that's 8 mana with a multiversal passage. We will discard a tragic trajectory. Actually, we could discard the Overlord. We're gonna get it back anyway. I don't think we mill out. Yeah, let's do that. All right, opponent. I have bad news. I have bad news about it. I have some bad news. You almost got us, but it turns out that Bringer the Last Gift's kind of a busted card. Opponent does get back a few things, but we get back way more. Bringer of the Last Gift. Sack the board. Bring them all back, and yeah, I think we come out ahead in that exchange. Oh, and there's a copy hero too. All right, discard. Sure. Do a little villain. Yeah, get back. I guess Emmett Salk's only option. And pass the turn, and opponent. Can you beat 3 bringers, a Meosian, a Kiora, an Overlord? I'm imagining the answer here is no. Unless our opponent has a Wrath. Unless we saw the one way we actually lost was getting Villainous Wrath. Unless our opponent has another Wrath, I don't see how they get out of this. Opponent through the Omen Path. All right, spin it to win it. But unless you got something that deals 2 damage to our face. Oh, it's a Llanowar. Golly. All right. Well, GG. That was a very interesting game. On one hand, I think we should have won way earlier because we made our opponent discard on their draw step. They wouldn't have got that Gear Hulk. But in our excitement to Mind Twist, we still recovered. We still got him. And, oh, well, good game. But in the end, Superior Spider-Man still kind of good. Meh. It seems fine. I mean, we got Overlords and removal. Like, we don't have any specific. This isn't like a turn 4 Mind Twist you hand, but it seems, well, okay. On second thought, that's a Myojin. This could be a turn 4 Mind Twist you hand. Opponent, Quinn's Insight. Quinn's Insight's been very impressive. Very impressive. I think this card's legit good. I think when we look back at the cards from this set that are actually good, I think Quinn's Insight is going to be one of the most impactful for Standard. That is my guess after seeing it on early access. It's very, very good at what it does, and it's cheap. Opponent appears to be some sort of mayhem deck. Well, let's play a land. Let's get down, I guess, the Kiora. We got stuff to discard here. We get rid of the Myojin. Can we find a Caviero? No. So get rid of Multiversal Passage. Get rid of Myojin. Multiversal Passage has felt fine. The fact that it come into play untapped is nice. Losing 2 life to it's kind of awkward. But if you're a deck that's desperate for pseudo duels, all right, that's a big 5-4, and our opponent gets in. We are going to trade. Well, another Multiversal Passage. What is our plan with these Overlords? So we can pend. Yeah, let's impend 1. Pen an Overlord. Do a little digging. Caviero? No. Well, we'll take the Kiora. Play the land. And I guess we just pass. I think we let our opponent discard. They can discard to the Quinn anyway. Or the Quinn's Insight. So I think we let them discard to Rurik here. And then we can kill it in the future. It's kind of a tough decision because they are a mayhem deck. So discarding might be an upside. All right, doesn't look like a huge upside there. They discard a cat. Quinn's Insight, opponent gets to discard again. If they didn't have Quinn's Insight, then I think it would be right to kill it right away. But with Quinn's Insight, if they got a mayhem card, they can mayhem it anyway. Marauding Mako, sure. And Marauding Mako. Opponent gets in. Yeah, we're gonna Bitter Triumph. I think we just, yeah, let's discard. We'll discard Multiversal Passage. Get rid of the 5-4, which I think is what? Some sort of Carnage in paper, maybe? Thinking. Looking at the graveyard. Oh. Helping Hand. Interesting. All right. Oh, that's Caviero. That is Caviero. So the best we can get is a Myojin. Our opponent only has 2 cards in hand. Huh. I think we just Overlord. I think we dig for a Bringer. Another Caviero. Well, discard the Kiora. Gonna hold on the Cavieros. At some point, we can Entomb Lively Dirge to get an answer, or to get a Bringer. Found it. Quinn's Insight. Popping off. Discard. Making treasures. Growing the Sharks. We do need to do it relatively. Ooh, boy, that's a. Oh, we're taking a lot of damage here. Found it. Smacks us down to 8. Oh, so now we don't have the time. Awkward. So we dirge, but we're a mana short. We're a mana short of also casting Caviero. Opponent doesn't have anything great in their graveyard. Well, that's Caviero. Myojin or Overlord? I guess Overlord. Oh, okay. Hitting a Shoot the Sheriff's actually kind of huge. Pass the turn. Unimpend. Opponent's got to discard their last card. Hopefully it does not have Mayhem. It does. And it grows the Sharks. Well, now we're going to kill it. All right, Sharks up to 4/4s. Opponent gets to loot. Sharks up to 5/5s. Oh, we need to draw an untapped land. If we draw an untapped land, we got a shot. Opponent gets in. We got a block. If we draw an untapped land, we can Entomb with Dirge into Caviero. Maybe we should have focused more on opponent's going to cycle. Hit us down to 2. And then Canny pings us to 1. Discards. All right. Grows the sharks. Well, I mean, that is a land, so we can do the thing. Is it enough? Our opponent has stuff in the graveyard, though. That is kind of awkward against another deck that discards a lot, because it's possible that we bring her here and still just die. Caviero. Yeah, that is a full... Oh, yeah. I think we just die anyway. We're at the board. I guess I don't think any of this actually matters. They just have so many creatures that I think we do all this and still just lose. I guess we go FOMO. Not that it matters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. I mean, technically we're alive. Opponent gets to loot. Discards a card. We get to draw a couple cards. We'll discard a Lively Dirge. Well, yeah, shoot the Sheriff Lively Dirge. We're probably still dead to Quint's Insight. There's a bringer. I mean, we're not technically dead on board. We're not dead on board. We got a blocker for each creature. The problem is if they cast something from outside their hand, like a mayhem card from the graveyard, then we die. And they get 2 shots at it thanks to the Insight. Opponent. There it is. Yep. Telling you, Quint's Insight. It's actually a really good card. Much Brew About Nothing time. We are playing some Caviero, or Superior Spider-Man, in our new standard format. In this hand, it looks expensive, but that's okay. We can discard the Meotians to the Bitter Triumphs. We got an Overlord. We got a Bringer. I mean, this hand's like a Caviero away from being kind of busted. Well, land, go. Opponent passes. Well, land, and yeah, I mean, I guess we just do some impending. Get down the Overlord. Well, alright. I don't even think we don't even want the Meotian. You can stay in the graveyard. Opponent leads on a planet land. In 2 planet. Is this a Kona deck? It might be a Kona deck. Well, let's just play the Multiversal Passage tapped. Unimpend, pass the turn. Not up to the fastest start. We could use another looting effect. Another looting effect would be very good here. About it. Supportive Parents, sure. Well, I guess that's gotta be Kona, right? That's another way that you can tap creatures. It's gotta be Kona. Found it. Gonna crew up the Waking Haven, sure. Well, Undercity Source. Yeah, we'll keep an Overlord. Overlord's good. We can full price it next turn, too. We can still kill something if our opponent... I don't really want to kill the Supportive Parents. That seems a little bit mean. Actually, it's just not... It's not threatening enough to deserve such a fate. Going to... Plus, our opponent doesn't even seem interested in attacking us with it. They just want to use it to crew the spaceship. Oh, look at that. Okay. I guess the planet lands also make sense with web slinging, right? Opponent. Web slings out a 3/5. I think just discard a Meotian and kill it. So get rid of the spider. Yeah, I guess the planet lands are cute with spell slinging. It lets you tap anything. Well, full price Overlord. Do a little milling. Can we find a Superior Spider-Man? Oh, 4 lands. No, Meotians, you're staying in the graveyard. Well, that's awkward. I don't know about web slinging off 3-drops though. It's so expensive. Like, unless it doesn't, the Supportive Parents don't even have an ETB or something. I could see if it had an ETB, but it seems painful to have to web sling off a 3-drop and then just recast it. Opponent, all right. Voice of Victory. Get lost. Blows up the Overlord. Keep stationing. We draw kind of nothing. Well, yeah. Pass the turn. I mean, we're slowly working towards unimpending another Overlord. So we get the 5/5 at least. That is the upside of being able to get the Overlord down on turn 2. It actually turns into a creature at a pretty reasonable time. Sadly, we couldn't crack the maps on it, but next turn. I mean, so we either need a way to just discard some of these big cards, or we just need to draw more lands and start casting them, one or the other. Opponent's really trying to turn on the Gaia's Cradle land, which just doesn't seem that threatening, because they don't have that many creatures, but sure. Well, that is a land. Let's do some... Actually, let's attack first. Let's get it. Do some milling. Okay, we'll take... Yeah, I guess Kiora is probably better than Emmett here. Let's play the Kiora. I mean, that's one of the things we're looking for, is just some way to start churning through our deck. Okay, there's the Caviero. All right, I think the end might be nigh for our dear opponent. We're going to discard Meotian Bringer. So we can't do it this turn. Next turn we can do it, though. Play the land. We're just 1 mana short of doing it this turn. I guess, actually, let's crack the maps first. Crack a map. This also turns on Tragic Trajectory. Get rid of the voice. The parents can stay. Yeah, crack another map. And Overlord. Yeah. We're gonna mill that. I think we might be getting that back for free next turn. All right, opponent. So opponent gets back a couple of... Oh, man. It's so brutal, opponent. Savala. Sure. I mean, I guess that works well with the Gaia's Cradle plan. Little less good when you're about to get Caviero'd, though. Caviero'd into Oblivion. I mean, we got to just take the Bringer, right? We could make our opponent discard their hand, but it seems better just to do the Bringer thing and build what should be a pretty unbeatable board here. Opponent. They just love stationing. I don't even know what they're doing it for. Like, what is the point? What is the point? Oh, okay, it's for web slinging. Oh, but again, web slinging off a 3-drop is so brutal. They get a bonus token though, so I can see how they're trying to turn on the Gaia's Cradle. I can see what our opponent's trying to do. It is a neat idea. Well, let's get in with both. Do some milling. Get some more cards in the graveyard. Make an octopus. Mill, nothing of note. Do we want to get back a Meosian? We're actually 1 land away from hard casting it, and they're just going to legend rule anyway once we bring her, so we might as well. I mean, bring her into Meosian is the ultimate. There's no coming back. No board, no hand. Well, Caviero. I think we're going to copy, perhaps, a Meosian. And this time we are going to correctly stop on your draw step. So when you think about it, we could bring her, but we don't really need to bring her. Because if we empty our opponent's hand, they can't trigger any of their stuff anyway, right? They can't cast creatures, trigger Savala, they don't do anything. And now we just beat them down and win the game. So we don't even actually need the Bringer here. The Meosian's enough, and opponent scoops it up. And I gotta say, I absolutely love that there's a deck that makes Meosian of Night for each kind of playable in 2025. It's just like such a janky old weird card that is super unplayable, but Caviero, Superior Spider-Man, actually kind of makes it good. We are playing some Superior Spider-Man, some Caviero. I don't know if I want to say combo. It's not really a combo. I guess it's kind of most like a reanimator deck, but it technically doesn't even reanimate because we're just cloning from the graveyard. But Superior Spider-Man Caviero shenanigans. And this hand, we got Caviero, so okay. Well, Surveillance, they're good in general, especially good if you care about getting things like Bringer in the graveyard. It kind of feels like cheating almost. It kind of feels like cheating when you play Surveillance and get to mill over the thing you want to reanimate. Well, that's Overlord. Do a little mill in. We're going to leave both of you in there. This might be a quick one. Like, assuming we hit land number 4 on time, I do not know how spiders overcome this. And we get to Impending Overlord to do a little digging to make sure we get land number 4, Overlord of the Flood Pits. Really? Really? Really, really, really. All right, so much for the we're definitely going to hit a land idea. We're going to discard another Bringer, though. I mean, we still get to draw next. Worst case, if we got to do it a turn later, I guess. Opponent, okay. Rouse the Swarm to make a spider and draw a card. Gets it, hits us. Land. Another Caviero. All right. Well, we're going to have to do this the slow way. Thankfully, we're not under too much pressure. So even though this is going to be slower than we wanted to, opponent, Spinner of Souls. Well, that's going to help our opponent a little bit. That's going to actually give them a chance to refuel a little bit once we wrath their board here. Is there a chance we take 5 to 11? Oh, I guess if we just keep not hitting lands, there is some chance that we actually die before we bring her. So this turn they attack us. We drop to 11, and then they have 10 on board for next turn. So if they have like a Lord or something. I mean, the easy way around this is just to top deck a land. If we just top deck an untap land, our odds of winning goes to very close to 100%. If we don't, then things are a little sketchy. Little bit sketchy. And all right, hits us down to 11. Sure. All right, no follow-up. Well, Tragic Trajectory actually oddly helps here. Let's loot. See if we can find a land. All right, there's a land finally. Overlord. Hitting the Tragic Trajectory is actually kind of huge. Because we can kill the spider token, and This should mean we don't die this turn. Even if our opponent has a lord, like Spider Ham, we shouldn't die. Opponent, more spider stuff. Rouse the storm. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Play your stuff. We're fine with that. Grows the spider. Gets in. Oh, seam rip. Okay. Gonna get the collector's vault. That's fine. All of this is okay with us. Opponent, gonna hit us. Down to 3. It's looking grim, but we got Caballero. Caballero gonna come down. Definitely copying the bringer. It's so busted. All right. From almost dead to having a lot of power on the battlefield. Opponent gonna draw a couple of spiders. I mean, the deck, when it turns the corner, it really turns the corner. It really turns the corner. Do a little unimpending, and look at that board. Look at that board from almost dead to spiders. Opponent gonna try to rebuild. Gonna play Azora, Demiria, Fate Weaver. Sure, draw a card, trigger, gain a life, up to 25. But does any of it matter? Another Fate Weaver. Gonna trigger, gain a life. I mean, those spiders are big. They're 4. Jeez, that's a lot of Fate Weavers. Okay. Fate Weavers for days. Well, we are going to... They have reach, too. That's actually kind of awkward. Well, Bitter Triumphs are not bad. Discard the Meotian. I mean, I think we just follow this up by wrathing our opponent's hand. Opponent is going to block. Interesting. I was wondering if they were not going to block, but... They are at 26, so opponent does block. Do we just go after the... I think we gotta just go after the hand. Caballero. Yeah, let's take a Meotian. Stop on your draw step. And let's kill the card draw, too, just in case. Just so there's no way our opponent can possibly rebuild. Get rid of the Meotian. Discard the Meotian. Kill the Damia. Pass the turn. Let our opponent draw, and then Meotian. Oh, it's so brutal. Man, I love how brutal it is. Discard your hand, found it. Get a spider tutor. Can you find something to save you? Oh, it is Spider Ham. All right. The old pig eating hot dog. Classic Magic the Gathering. Well, we're gonna go to combat, and I think we're gonna attack you a smidge. We're going to get in there. We're going to mill a bit with the Overlords. Get back a Kiora. And get back... Wow. All right. No Caballero. Yeah, we'll take a Meotian. Why not? And then, do we just win here, I guess? Let's discard a card. We can pitch the Meotian. Combo. Look at that. Get it back with the Overlord. Discard it. Have we had enough? Have we had enough? Have we had enough, opponent? Opponent 0-2 stands alone, and wow. All right. They could have cracked the food to stay alive, but honestly, I don't know how they're going to get back in it after that. Superior Spider-Man or Caballero combo. Not combo. Reanimator? Maybe it's combo. I don't know. We're copying big cast triggers that usually can't reanimate. And we can do some crazy things with this deck. I actually think Caballero or Superior Spider-Man. I mentioned this before. I think this could be a real card in Standard, but I think it probably won't be till after we get the BB bannings. Well, Overlord. Do a little milling. We got the Caballero in hand, which is nice. We got, oh boy. We milled a Meotian, which means if we draw land, this might be the blowout. This might be the blowout. Gremlin Tamer. That is a land. Oh, this is so mean. Kill a Gremlin Tamer. Get rid of one of these bringers. Play a tap land. All right, opponent. You need the greatest turn 3 ever because stuff's about to go really bad for you. Really bad for you. I mean, if they play Graveyard Hate is a good answer to this. It is a good answer. So if you're worried about Caballero, Superior Spider-Man, Ghost Vacuum it. Ghost Vacuum is the solution. Or Rip or whatever. Rest in peace, whatever. Scavenging Ooze. Opponent, starting down. Well, I think they might be starting to lose their hand here in a minute. They might be starting to lose their hand. Opponent. We have 2 Caballeros. So we can actually do like nuke your hand. Well, we'll see. Opponent, the most hopeful Weaver. Gonna make a spider token. There's a lively dirge. Well, we're playing Caballero, that's for sure. Multiversal Passage, put it on blue. The question is, do we Bringer or do we Meotian? Well, let's play Caballero. Get a Gremlin Get a Meotian. And stop on your draw step. Pass the turn. Oh, opponent. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Actually, I'm not especially sorry about it. Adapts, draws, and would you like to discard 6 cards? Oh, Shard Mage. Okay, vote it. Gonna play around it. Shard Mage's Rescue. Get that value before it goes away forever. Oh, it's so good. Opponent grows the spider. Opponent gets in. I mean, we're just gonna block. It doesn't really matter. The only downside of this, well, they didn't even discard that many creatures. The only theoretical downside is if we make our opponent discard a bunch of cards, they might discard creatures, which makes Bringer worse, but our stuff's so big, hopefully it doesn't really matter. Let's play the Surveil land. We'll keep Bitter Triumph just in case. Pass the turn. Found it. Saga goes away. Passes. Another Bitter Triumph. Well, we don't need 2. 2's a little excessive. I'll hit you down to 18. And yeah, let's just do some entombing here. From the Lively Dirge. I think we just get I think we just get another Meogen and just make our opponent discard their hand. Discard their hand again next turn. We also get our Overlord, which is nice. Well, go to combat. Get in. Hit ya. Who would have thought Meogen Knight's Reach would be good? Oh, another one. All right. Let's keep doing it. Mill some cards. Get back. Probably Caviero. I say maybe Caviero. Found it. Down to 11. Well, I have bad news, opponent. This is going to keep happening. Caviero. Copy Meogen. Stop on your draw step. I guess we might as well play the land. Might as well play. And it's even indestructible, so it's actually hard to deal with. Yeah, I guess you can bounce it or something, but... Well, all right. No, another Meogen. One more. All right, opponent. Oh, they got some flash. All right. Well, we will let you draw a card, remove the counter, make you discard the card. Ooh, all right. Actually, yes, it was a Fleam. Well, I got rid of the Fleam. Opponent gonna fire up the Restless Anchorage. Combat gets in. I mean, all this is pretty fine because we're gonna go to combat. Actually, I think we just win here, don't we? If we just kill that, I think we actually just win. We would like to just keep making you discard cards, but we'll be nice. As nice as anyone who made you discard your hand on turn 4 can be, I guess. It is like having Mind Twist back in Standard. About it. Down to dead. Oh my god, it's Crim. It's Crim. We need revenge. I feel like when we play Crim on Early Access Day, Crim usually beats us. But he doesn't know what he's got coming to him this time because... Do we keep removal? I have no idea what Crim's doing. We're going to keep the trajectory for now. Opponent starting down in. The last ride. Interesting. Well, let's play the land tap. Pass the turn. What is Crim doing? Oh, Dark Confidant. Okay. Let's Impendent Overlord. Start filling the graveyard. All right, Kyora's good. Kyora's good. Not as good as Caviero, but it's still good. And then untap land and kill the Bob. So last right, Dark Confidant. It seems like Crim is trying to lose life. He might be... Caustic Bronco. It might be like Mr. Negative, I guess. What makes you want to lose life in Standard? Yeah, let's just... We could Entomb, but we don't have Caviero yet. So let's just draw with Kiora. Hit a couple of lands. Discard a couple of lands. Which, it's always a bummer when you draw a bunch of lands, but you gotta think of it as... Those are lands that we got out of the way. Actually, maybe we pitch one of the Dirges. We probably don't need two Dirge. Well, play the land tap. Pass the turn. Next turn, we could, like, double in... We can either hardcast in Overlord or double Impend Overlords. Getting in. Bronco. All right. Bitter Triumph down to 13. Yeah, I think we actually just kill it. Kill the Bronco. All right, more Broncos. Oh, there's Meogen. I feel like just full pricing in Overlord's got to be better than double Impending. Let's just run out Flood Pits. Discard the Meocean. Collector's Vault's good. Another way to keep digging through the deck. I mean, eventually, our deck is really good at just churning through itself. So eventually we are going to find Caballero. All right, Bitter Triumph takes down the Overlord. I mean, if Crim's not careful. All right, he hits a land. He has done a lot of damage to himself. He is down to 10, and I don't think we've damaged him yet. Wow, last ride, draws. Down to 8. I really want to get Crim with... I really want to get Crim with a me. Oh my god, that's Caballero. That's Caballero. That's Caballero. We can Overlord first. See what we mill. Right now, we could get the Meocean and just attack Crim's hand, but he's got the Bob and the Bronco, so it's not that good. Yeah, let's impend the Overlord. See if we mill a Bringer, maybe. If we mill a Bringer, then okay. So let's take Caballero. And that's a Bringer. All right. Well, Crim, let me teach you about the power of Superior Spider-Man. I think it might be superior to the last ride. We're going to get a Bringer of the last gifts as Caballero. Wrath the board. Out of here, Bronco. Out of here, Bob. Well, Bob and Bronco returned, but we get a Floodpits, a Kiora, a Meocean, another Bringer, discard a couple cards, and... I don't know how Crim gets out of this one. I honestly don't know. And that's two more Caballeros in hand. Overlords, an impending. Bob, land, okay. I mean, it's gotta be like a life swap thing. And even a life swap's not that guy. A life swap and Crim still dies, I think. Down to 6. Gets into the Bronco. Top card, land, sure. Well, I mean, we will kill it. And scoops it up, and we have finally gotten our revenge on Crimothy. Well, that is Superior Spider-Man. That's Caballero. It's actually kind of busted. We'll see if it's busted before the bannings, but... So what do we learn this week about Caballero, or Superior Spider-Man in Standard? And I gotta say, the deck actually felt really good. So, we played this on Early Access Day. This is our last Early Access Day video. So we played on Early Access Day, which means I don't really put hardly any weight in the record, but we went like 12-4 or something overall with the deck, so it actually performed really well. But really on Early Access Day, what I'm looking for is, how did the deck feel? Did it feel powerful? What were the synergies? Did it play well? And this deck played incredibly well. Superior Spider-Man, or Caballero, felt kind of busted, actually, and we got to see Bringer the Last Gifts doing ridiculous things, winning the game out of nowhere. We got to see Meocean make your opponent discard their entire hand on turn 4 and them just scooping it up. It was really, really strong, and we get to play a lot of good cards, like the Overlords are good, the Kioras and Emmett Sulks are good, like, all around it just feels pretty solid. Like, we don't have to play a ton of bad cards. I guess our reanimation targets are kind of janky if we can't cast them, but we're very good at taking advantage of them, thanks to Caballero. So I think the deck felt really strong. The only thing I will say about this deck is I'm not sure how it's going to line up with Standard as a whole right away. So I think that this deck is probably going to struggle in the Soul Cauldron meta, just because Soul Cauldron works like main deck Graveyard Hate, right? Like, your Soul Cauldron opponent can just snipe whatever you mill into the graveyard, snipe the Bringers, snipe the Meoceans, which is going to make it way harder to actually pull off the Superior Spider-Man thing. So this might be a good in November deck. We already know Wizards is signaling they're going to ban stuff in November. We gotta wait because, I don't know, it takes Wizards forever to do anything. But we gotta wait a while. But once they actually ban the Cauldron stuff, then I think this deck might actually have a chance to shine. Or at least Caballero, Superior Spider-Man, might have a chance to shine. So I think it might be a wait and see type of thing for full best of 3 Standard. On the other hand, I think this is probably a really good best of 1 deck right away. Like, in best of 1, you don't really got to worry about Cauldron too much. It's not that popular of a deck. You're not going to have as much sideboard hate to fight through. So I think this is a deck that in the short term, I would probably play in best of 1. And then once we get the November bannings, please do well on those Wizards. But once we get the November bannings, then it might be time for Superior Spider-Man or Caballero to actually take off in best of 3 Standard. But anyway, that's Superior Spider-Man or Caballero. That's been our Much Abrew for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.